Today we're talking about Red Dead's revolvers, hitboxes, and we're also going to be talking about some developer history. So right now what we're doing in-game is that Red is trying to get the sheriff to a town where he can get helped by a doctor. This weirdo tells us to sit down, so we do. And that triggers the cutscene where it turns out we're being attacked by bandits. So while I carry out a little bit of killing, I'm just going to go ahead and show you what I learned about this game. So in 2004, IGN had an interview with Jamie King, the vice president for Rockstar, and here's what they had to ask, and here's what he had to say. So how did Red Dead Revolver become a Rockstar game, IGN asks. Well, Jamie King says that Capcom Japan enlisted Angel Studios to begin developing Red Dead Revolver about 4 years ago. That's why it's such a weird kind of, not exactly English, it kind of does sound like a Japanese name. Not to mention the fact that there's a lot of anime elements in this game, and Japanese game elements. It seems like a Capcom game because you get a score at the end. You get, not a ranking, but you do get money based on every hit you land. Lots of things remind me of sort of maybe Devil May Cry or Sonic. And those influences are still here because it was being made by a Japanese developer before Rockstar stepped in. Now, really quick, I want to take a step away from that and show, look at this. Miss, miss, miss. Being at a different angle, elevation-wise, and then look at that hits. And the auto-aim in this game can make it really hard for you to land headshots. On the flip side, the shotgun in this game, even though it only works at the closest distance, is pretty juicy sometimes. This is the first mission in the game, I believe, where you can use a shotgun. At least on your first playthrough. So I'm going to go into more development history. So regarding Capcom Japan enlisting Angel Studios, Rockstar was in the process of buying Angel Studios, now called Rockstar San Diego. They looked at Red Dead Revolver and were wowed by how great the game looked and played. So Jamie King says it wasn't perfect yet, but we could tell the technology for an amazing Western game was there. So we took over the game as part of our agreement to buy Angel. Watch how terrible the shotgun lets me down right here. You literally have to stick this shit up their nose. In fact, watch, I do right here. Yoink! It was really interesting to me to learn that this game was originally a Japanese project that was taken over by Rockstar. But it kind of explains, you know, where some of the gameplay elements come from. But my god, was it ahead of its time with holding the left trigger and firing with the right to aim and fire. It's insane. This is so much like a modern third-person shooter. And it really does play great. I also love getting smacked right there twice. So, this mission's really great, really classic. I'm glad they put it at the beginning because it's so fun and high octane. But because we're on the train, there's a lot of moments where Deadeye and the hits in general just don't work. They just don't register. For instance, watch right here. These guys pull up to the train and we want to hit them with Deadeye. Exhibit A of our character, Red, turning around for no fucking reason. It only happens in this mission, thank God. They would take cover and we're able to shoot over the cover. It works as intended. Then we try to aim and we're looking the wrong way, Red, and then he keeps getting in and out of cover. Stuff like that happens a lot in this very specific train mission. Also, that guy just jumped off and killed himself. Now, when I was first playing this game, I thought about not playing anymore right here. I was like, oh, this is pretty rough. This is pretty jank, not like how I remembered it. I don't think we're going to go much further. Luckily, I power through, and it does get better. Exhibit B is coming up right here. Why? Why is it every time we go into Deadeye, he turns around? Now, this is a different issue, but whenever they jump on the train, they have mad iframes. And I don't really get the memo for a while. Exhibit C. We go into Deadeye, and he does a 180. This kind of jank is really, and then pair it with him jumping on the train. So we've got one issue with the animations fucking up. Okay. A second issue with the enemy animations fucking up. He's got iframes for so long that I don't do any damage. And it lasts a long time. You'll see on my next attempt, I wait quite a few moments before I try opening up, and it still is not enough time. So we kill him, and watch this now. Pay attention to this. I wait to shoot. And he's got iframes for so long. And then you still have to shoot him with 5 whole rounds before he dies. So at the beginning of the game, the jank with the hitboxes and the cover, combined with the fact that your shots just miss, combined with the fact that when your shots do hit, they do very little damage, makes it hard to get through the beginning of the game. I actually think this game gets better as it goes on. Now here in the store, you can see that I do actually purchase this woman photo. That's what it's called. And it unlocks a character for Showdown mode, which is split screen, which is just 007, GoldenEye, 4 players shoot at each other split screen. Before we go, I will touch on the hub. This is the whole hub. There is a general store. Oh yeah, you can talk to NPCs. I let this guy distract me. They don't really have anything crazy to say. This guy says to check the sites, so I do. I walk around and there's nothing to be seen here. There's 3 shops: a general store, a gun store, and a clothier. Check them all out because you can buy stuff from all of them to unlock new maps for split screen, or new characters for split screen. I mean, really, I didn't buy any of that shit in this playthrough because I wasn't planning on playing split screen right away. And you will probably never play it. Good luck convincing someone to play this janky shooter with you. Now, the gun store is obviously the best store to stop by, no matter what, because you can get stuff that's functional for single player, i.e. new guns. Not only can you get new shooting irons, but you can upgrade the ones you already have. We already upgraded the old pistol, we can upgrade the 6-shooter, but there's not a lot to do in town at all. There's the stores and that's it, and it's basically a box. So here's a cutscene that establishes what we're doing next.
If you're as good a bounty hunter as O'Grady says you are, you could help me with a couple of real outlaws wreaking havoc in my territory. It'd be worth a pretty penny to you. You might want to start with Pig Josh. He's one crazy outlaw and circus.
I don't know why we're wasting so much time when we need to get revenge on our parents, or for our parents, but this is what we're going to be doing for the next couple missions. Some bounties. Oh, next time I'll have some more development history stuff.